this is Stampy, and welcome to a Minecraft Let's Play video, and another video inside of Stampy's lovely world. Good morning, William Beaver, good morning, Polly Reindeer, and good morning, Fizzy Elephant. Goodbye. You always stand slightly too far back. It's because as it flaps down, there's like a little bit here, like a little ledge. It's always like, it's like in cartoons and they like run off a cliff, but then they don't like fall until they look down. It's like that. Anyway, let's go inside. Let's go and have my breakfast, which will be a lovely cake. Nom 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 nom. Very tasty. I will go up to the little loft and I will grab Barnaby. You know what, Barnaby? You can join me all day today because it's a Barnaby kind of day today. So yeah, let's go down to the love garden, the underneath of my love garden, and I'll let you all know who's been adding to it today. And then we're going to next to the funland, next to Hit the Targets funland, where I will be building a brand new minigame of a style I think you might all like, or won't like, or at least might laugh at, or just, moan about. You'll understand why when we get there. But first, we have something to the love garden. Today I'm adding Viagudun, is how I'm going to decide to pronounce that. And that's for this really beautiful artwork. It's of Squishy and me, and it's on the new pier that we did, the parkour petal plop, I think was what Polly ended up naming it. Got a lot of P's, isn't it? Parkour petal plop as named by Polly, and it's the pier. And it just looks amazing. I just love you. Remember, there's like the giant flower at the end and all the lily pads and stuff, and we're like hanging out. And I just wish that I could go to my lovely world in like real life and just hang out in places like this. But yeah, thank you so much for doing it for me, Via, and welcome to my love garden. Right then, so no need to go to the doghouse, seeing as Barnaby's going to join us. So let's go and head straight to where we're building. Luckily, it's not too far away. Oh, I keep having these like giant journeys because Hit the Target's taken over my funland now. I can't use my teleporters to get to the funland like I used to do, which was very convenient and very quick, and I think I maybe took a little bit too much for granted. But now I have to go the long way there, and I have to run the entire way there. But we keep having to run around to the very back of the funland. Luckily today, we don't need to do that because where we're building is a little bit closer, but I do need to be careful to make sure Barnaby can stick with me because dogs they don't teleport like they used to. They used to, like, no matter where they are in the world, as long as they're not sitting down, they would be loyal and they'd teleport right behind you. Now, if you go too far away, they just don't teleport. Are you going to teleport, Barnaby? I can see. I feel bad. Well, let's put him in the boat. Oh, sorry, Fizzy. Sorry. This has happened before, where Fizzy's got on the boat, and then I've ridden him in the wrong direction, and then forced him out. Well, tell you what, Barnaby. There's more. Sorry, Fizzy. There's more boats. There's a couple more boats in there if you want to grab one of them and follow behind us. So yeah, let me go show you what we're building, and let me explain what we're building. So every time recently I've gone to build a mini game, Hit the Target has absolutely ripped me off. He's plagiarized my designs. I will start building with, what did I do? I started building with boats with chests in. And then, what would you know it? Right next to me, Hit the Target was building a game with boats and chests in. And then I tried building a game. What was the last one I did? What was the last minigame I did? I can't remember, but I built another minigame. And then, it was using I did a thing with like skeletons and like minecarts. And then right next to that, Hit the Target did a game with a whole load of minecarts. Once again, completely copying me. But he always does it in his own style. He always does it in his own colours. I'm always orange and white, or just loads of colours in general. He only has one style, which is basically just doing it like black and red, like the colours that he has, because I don't think he has much of an imagination. So I'm gonna copy him. I'm not gonna copy one of any games he's actually built, because to be honest, I don't even know like how any of the games he built properly work. But I'm gonna steal his style. Not that unlike the dress code that William is wearing today. So I'm gonna build a mini game, and it's gonna look like when I Hit the Targets mini game, but it's just gonna be a normal game that I'm building. And then I'm gonna see what Hit the Target does. I'm gonna see, like, is he gonna try and copy it? Because if he tried copying it, it would just be in his style anyway. It's just a bit of a social experiment. experiment because I'm trying to work out what the psyche of hit the target actually is. So that's the plan. Sorry then, let's go and start building. So we need to be 2 blocks away from the path on both sides, and then we need to dig down in this direction. It's going to be a long game. It's going to be 62 blocks long. So if I start digging along here, help us. Can you just start digging out all of the ground in between us? And while we begin our digging, I'd explain what this game is going to be. So if you saw the last episode, you know that I battled the Wither for the sole purpose of trying to get myself a load of Wither roses. And I did that. I think we got like 13 Wither roses, I think, in the first attempt. But we did another go, and we were more efficient. We filled the whole room full of zombies and got them all really, really weak before we started, which is definitely the smart way to do it, rather than trying to do it afterwards. And 62, there we go. I counted out 62. I know it's supposed to go to here. I actually just marked a little row of roses down here, and I know it's just 2 blocks away from that, which is how I knew the dimensions. And then I think we go then 11 blocks along. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I think we can then go to here. So we need to dig up this whole middle bit. But basically we now got a load of Wither roses. We got 27 Wither roses, and then I got a bunch of red roses as well. And you know what? I know they're called poppies now. I know for some reason, which it must have been explained at some point, they changed roses to be poppies. But for this game, it's going to be red roses and Wither roses, just because that's what the theme of the game is. So we are pretending that these poppies are roses. So basically, the way this game is going to be is we're going to build a big tube down here. And then what you need to do is you need to go through the... one person's going to set up a maze. They're going to set up a maze on the ground, which is going to be mainly the red roses, but then also some of the Wither roses as well. You need to go through the maze while looking up like this in third person, and you need to get through the maze without hitting any of the roses. So you'll go through once just kind of doing it normally, and then if you... if you end up getting hit by a rose, you can kind of use that just to kind of like gain knowledge for where the roses will be. And then once everyone's kind of had a go learning, you've got to go through as fast as you can. If you get hit by a rose, you are out because you take the wither damage from it. But if you make it through, it's basically the person who makes it through fastest will end up being the overall winner. And then whoever was the person who set up the maze in the first place, then they'll basically be the adjudicator, and then they're going to be like keeping track. So say if someone gets hit by a rose, then they'll be able to go like, nope, you're out, I saw you. And they'll basically be like the judge for that round. Is basically the way it's going to work. Then you may also be wondering, wait, if you're looking up and you're in third person view, well, surely you can just see where all of the roses are and avoid them. And yes, that is true, which is why we also have scaffolding, because scaffolding is quite unique. If I go and throw some down here, let me show you what I mean. Basically, if I look up through scaffolding, like compared to a normal block. So let's say there's a block here, and if I go to third person view, I can't see much at all. It's like just zooming right in my face. But if I do that with scaffolding, it doesn't block the camera, but it can like kind of just block your view. So there's going to be the game split up into sections, and then basically what it's going to be like is the first section is going to be one row of scaffolding, and then you'll be able to slightly see through it to see the roses. Then this other one will be 2 rows of scaffolding where it's kind of possible but still very difficult to see the roses. And then the third one, which is 3 bits of scaffolding, it's like impossible. You just can't see anything. It's completely blocked. Let me check I've done this right, because this should be 5 blocks along. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's good, because I completely made a guess of these dimensions. I've just realized I haven't made very good notes for what all of the dimensions are. Luckily this has ended up okay. So this is where the tube is going to be. So all of this dirt that we've all just worked very, very hard digging out, let's just go and place it all straight back in again. And that's not because I forgot about it. It's because I didn't want it to be grass, just because this is inspired by Hit the Target, and I feel like the grass is too pretty. I feel like it's too much colour. Hit the Target doesn't like bright colours, apart from red, which I think is just because it's, I don't know, the colour of fire or blood or something else gross. I think that's the only reason we got those colours. So let's fill this all back in with brown here. And then along the sides, we're going to have these windows. So we've got some stained glass black windows here. which are going to go along here up by 2, and then along up here like that. And then it's going to be red stained glass all the way along in the middle. And then all we need to do is work out where the checkpoints are. So tell you what, let me just quickly, I got to look at my picture. I just need to count along. So 1 second. Okay, I counted. I said to literally point at the screen and count along my picture to count the blocks. So I think we need 17 red blocks between each black one. So don't fill it all in yet. Let me do this as a test. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Then I think we do a black one. Then I think it should be the same. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then a black one. And then once again, this should bring us towards the end. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then oh no, this isn't worked out. Oh, so I think it's 18. I think it's 18 between each one. That would work out, right? Because that would be 3 more blocks. Okay, so tell me, let me do it again, but going back in this way. Oh, why did I use glass? I'm gonna have to smash it now. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, so then it should be the black one there. And then that needs to be back to red. And then this should work going back the other way. And let's also just throw some torches down for now, just so this doesn't get all filled with googly. So this needs to be 18 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then, yeah, this is right, because then that one was 17. Okay, it has. Okay, we've worked it all out. Okay, it wasn't easy, but we finally got the dimensions right. So yeah, this is the tunnel. So these, as I say, are going to be the checkpoint. So let me dig away this dirt here, and then we're going to do like 1 row of black wall, and that means that when you're going in third person, you should be able to get a glimpse to know you're crossing over. And then all I need to do is work out exactly how many we want of the wither roses in each of these different sections leading down here like that. Right then, we need to start filling it in. So we need to fill it all in with roses. So if we just fill the entire thing in with roses, wink wink roses, and then when we go to do the actual game, we'll just go and switch out the roses for the wither roses whenever we need to. So while my helpers go and start spreading the flowers, I'm going to go and do a start on the roof. So either side, we're going to have the scaffolding. And then we're going to have the just some white wool on the sides just to cover up the scaffolding. Like, we can't cover up the scaffolding on the top because, like, obviously that's part of the game. We need to see through it. But I kind of just want to cover up the scaffolding on the side. And do I have shears with me? Oh, I do. I always forget to bring shears. I always think like pickaxe, shovel, axe, and then I always forget about the shears. But not today, which is lucky because this is one of the days I need one. Hello, zombie. Like, every time I place a block and then move, the zombie just like slides into view. It's like, hello, goodbye, hello. Wait 1 second. Let me cover them up again. Goodbye. Hello. It's just sliding across and staring up at me. God, I don't think I've never seen like a less threatening zombie. All right then, yeah. So then along here, this is where we do the scaffolding. So we need to place the scaffolding on this ground first because the scaffolding doesn't float forever. You can build it for like a while, but then it will end up all getting broken apart. So that scaffolding needs to go all the way along to here. And then this needs to be all, yeah, just 1 block wide. And then here, if we go and just build this the whole way up, we then need to end up getting higher a little bit later on. To tell you what, as soon as we have all of this scaffolding, I might as well just use it here instead of putting down a ladder. So yeah, once we get to this black line here, this is where it's going to start getting higher. So this is all going to be now, is that a what? There's a wild dog there. Oh yeah, this is all now going to be 2 blocks higher, going all the way along here like this. And then once again, once we get to the next like little checkpoint thing down here, which is very hard to see at nighttime. There we go here. So this is then going to be 3 blocks high. So do I have more scaffolding on me? I do. So this is then going to go to this height. And then go along here like this. And then if I just do this bit here as an example, you will see just how difficult it is. You know, I think it might be easiest maybe just to do like all of like this one bottom row. Like, scaffolding's not the easiest thing to build out of because whenever you're trying to like go in a straight line and you just hold it down, it always ends up going a little bit messy and random. And oh yeah, and you need to build it along the walls as well. As I said, you see the way it broke them? That was because I didn't have it linked into the rest of the walls down there. And without that, it will not work. So we need to make sure that's all working properly. So right, let's go down to the front. And my helpers are building all of that in. Oh, this very front section here, we are once again going to cover up the scaffolding because this is kind of just like the start checkpoint anyway. So this is just going to be black wall here. Once again, keeping in with the hit the target style along here like this. So as I said, we can't cover up the tops of these because that is important for the gameplay. But we can cover up along here. So it's going to be red wall all the way up until this checkpoint, and then we'll do a black stripe here, and then of course we'll go 2 blocks high because that one needs to be 2 blocks high, and then it's going to be red wall all the way along here down to the end, and then obviously once we go to the next checkpoint it's going to go 3 blocks high as well. So basically it's going to be covering up all of the scaffolding on the sides, but then at the top it's going to be all open, and then on this bit here it's going to be, once again, black wall along here like this. But we do like a little bit more of a pattern. We basically do like black around on the outside, then a bit of red in the middle. Once again, using the very limited color palette that we that Hit the Target uses. And like, I didn't actually originally, to be fair, I didn't plan to be ripping off my evil nemesis in this minigame. That wasn't what I set out to do when I first started doing this. Basically, I was doing this and I was like, well, I'm going to be using the red and black roses anyway. Maybe I should do a game that's red and black. And then I started designing it and I was like, oh, you know what? This just looks like all of the mini games that Hit the Target's been building, and I was like, maybe I should play into that. Maybe I should make that a thing. So now I have very much intentionally done it in the style of Hit the Target. Right, where's I've gone past it slightly. I think the next checkpoint, is it here? Is that where it goes to black? I can't see. There's a zombie standing in the way. Right, let's drop down and take out the zombie. Then I can finally see. Oh yeah, it is. It's right where William is now. And oh, there's like, oh, did you see that? That baby zombie just jumped from one zombie. There was a baby zombie on a big zombie, and I killed the big zombie, and then the baby zombie jumped from that one to a different one, like without touching the ground. That was like really impressive. And then I just killed it because it was still a zombie and was still going to attack me. But still, I mean, it's an impressive way to go out. So yeah, there's that next checkpoint there. Then this is going to go all the way along here to the other one. Then that's going to be all of the scaffolding filled in. And then, you know what, once that's done, that's this done. That's the whole game done. No redstone whatsoever. No other mechanics. No pistons. No hoppers. None of that stuff. Just a pure, simple layout for a game. I thought, seeing as I'm doing it in the style of Hit the Target, we'd keep things nice and simple. Most of his games haven't seemed too crazy anyway. Like, I wonder what he's gonna do. Do you reckon he's gonna like, is he going to try and build another game? Is he going to build a game like using scaffolding but in the same style? Maybe he could just completely copy this game and do. I don't know. I wonder what he's going to end up doing. If anything, maybe he's going to see what I was doing and he's just going to be really grumpy and just leave. That would be nice. That'd be nice if he just left, wouldn't it? That'd be very nice. Right, so this one needs to go to here, and then it needs to be red all the way to the end here. This is end up going to be 2 layers, but I think I might just do this red all the way to the end first, and then I can go and jump up and do the other layers. As is pretty much customary for me at the moment, I have not yet come up with a name for what this game is going to be, just because I'm really bad at coming up with with names at the moment. So yeah, I don't know what this game's going to end up being called. I've been so bad. Can you believe that I ended up calling like 2 games called Yoink? Like, if you consider how long I've been doing like YouTube for and like how many mini games that I've built, like it's not that crazy that I would accidentally call like 2 of these games the same name. But the fact that like the name that I chose wasn't like Race or something, the fact that I called 2 games Yoink. And don't get me wrong, yoink's a pretty fun word to say. Like, it's not the weirdest thing in the world. But the other thing that's a bit weird with the fact that I called 2 games yoink is that, like, it was quite, like close together. It's not like, oh, I called a game yoink, like, 8 years ago, and then like I called another one yoink like the other day. Like the fact that I called 2 games yoink, like when there wasn't even that big of a gap between when I did those 2 episodes. Yeah, it just shows like I literally do like I do an episode, like I record like the mini game, And then I swear, like, the second I, like, press stop on recording or, like, finish editing, like, everything I just did has completely just left my brain. I think that's just from doing, like, My Lovely World for, like, so long, like, over 10 years. like every Lovely World episode has completely, like, merged into, like, one giant episode in my head. Like, so if anyone asks me, like, anything specific about one episode, like, they might as well be talking about something that I was, like, no part of and, like, I didn't create myself. Like, I genuinely think that, like, most people that watch my videos know way more about My Lovely World and my videos than I do, which is mad considering, like, I have been in and made every single one of them. Anyway, speaking of things that I've made, well, things that we made, I think this is done. I think the game is ready. There's only one other little tiny thing that I want to do for decoration, but I need actually I don't need a crafting table. I just need to make some carpets. Oh no, I did not need to make an entire stack of carpets, but oh well. Yeah, just along these black bits, seeing as it doesn't really matter here, I was just going to do some carpet along the top, just so it's like kind of very obvious no matter where you are that these are like where the checkpoints are. So if I just go along there like that, and then along here like this, and then I can give you a little example of what the game would be like to play. So I got these 27 wither roses. As I said, I'm not entirely sure how they'll be spaced out. Like there'll be some rules. There'll be like rules like you couldn't just put like one row of roses, like a lot of wither roses, because otherwise there'd be no way to succeed. So I think it'll probably be like you can place like 5 roses in this section, maybe 10 in this section, and then maybe 12 in the next section or something. It'll be something along those lines. So these will basically kind of be scattered out throughout here like this, and as you can see, when you hit them you end up getting hurt, but it's nice. You only get hurt like a tiny bit. Like it's not like no one's gonna die playing this game. For once it will be a relatively safe game, but it's just like enough just to be very obvious that you've been hurt. So you're going to be in this view to start off, basically like black screen, can't see anything, and then you go forward, and so as you can see on this level I can kind of see through a little bit, like to see where the roses are, but not very well at all. So if you went through very slowly, you could like work out a safe route. So I think, oh no, I hit one there. So yeah, you could just about get through. But then once you get to the next level where they're 2 blocks along, now it's like, it's basically impossible. Like you could probably maybe just about spot one, but to be honest, I think it's pretty much completely blocked from view. And then once you get to the final one, then yeah, okay, you got no chance because it's completely covered by the scaffolding. So yeah, you'll need to be going around staring up at the ceiling like that. So it's much more about like a memory game and like remembering where all of the wither roses are rather than trying to actually see anything. And it's quite cool in here in this tube of all like the red light everywhere and all like the little like gaps of light with the scaffolding. Shame that like when you're in it, all you're going to be doing is seeing this view rather than anything that is actually going on inside. But anyway, seeing as we did so well and we were able to get the mini game completely built in one episode, that means we'll waste no time, and in the next episode we'll be coming back and having a tournament with the currently unnamed game. But of course, in between now and the next episode, I will come up with a name for the game and come up with all of the official rules for the tournament. And yeah, we will have a little game with it and see whether it's any fun. I know I'm going to be awful at it, so I just spent absolutely ages telling you about how bad my memory is, and then I've completely built a game which is about memorizing a maze through a tube that long. But I think the idea is that no one's going to actually make it through the tube without hitting any. I mean, maybe someone will, and I'll be very impressed. But I think it will be like who will survive the longest. It's basically going to be the strategy. But just like all of my mini games, I've not had a proper tester of it, so I have no idea what the strategy will be and how it's going to turn out. So we're all going to find out together in the next episode, which will be up very soon. But for now, I want to thank you all very much for watching this one, and I'll see you all later. Bye!